A very warm welcome to all the viewers of Parvasi TV. As we know, the municipal elections are on the go. The advance polling has already begun. Today we have with us a candidate for the Brampton City Councillor, Ward number 3 and 4, Mr. Dennis Keenan. A very warm welcome to Parvasi TV, Dennis.
Thank you so much for having me here today.
Before we move on to the elections and how you feel the response that you have been getting, why don't you tell us and our viewers a little bit about your political journey?
Yeah, so I'm not a career politician. It is my first attempt at politics. I'm an immigrant to Canada. I came as a 6-year-old. I grew up in Peel nonprofit housing with their support. And over the last 15 years, I've been an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I started a company 15 years ago, and I've grown it, employed hundreds of people over the last 15 years. And I feel that I'm bringing a different perspective to the council table that is not currently there. The reason I decided to do it was because I didn't like what was going on. I'm not trying to get a new job or build a new career. I just want to be a councillor that can actually give back to the community by listening to the concerns of our residents and actually advocating and elevating their voices. And that's the reason that I'm getting involved.
As you said that you began your own business 15 years ago, and though the small businesses did receive some relief from the government, but not all of them could sustain the pandemic. And if elected as the city councillor, how do you feel that your government would be able to help the small businesses of Brampton?
Yeah, so I have a small business in Brampton as well. In the restaurant, we were impacted greatly throughout COVID. I believe that the province and city did do a lot, but we still have a journey to go when it comes to getting out. I believe that the city could do a little bit more when it comes to maybe some grants to not only help the businesses that are struggling, but we need to do more to bring in new business, help entrepreneurs grow. We can do that through grants, revitalization in the downtown core. There's a lot of things that we can do that I strongly feel with me there as someone with the business background could definitely help in doing.
Right. So have you started door knocking? I'm sure you must have, and the advance polling has also begun. So what kind of a response are you getting?
We're getting a great response. We're getting fantastic traction. We're building great momentum. It is an open seat, so the previous councillor is retiring, which leaves it kind of open for good positive change. I think at the council level, we've been door knocking since the day I put my papers in, and we're hearing a lot of the concerns and the issues at the doors. And my biggest thing is that's the reason I'm running, because those same issues and concerns that I'm hearing from the community are my concerns. When we talk about things like road safety, property standards, violence, crime, all those issues are my issues. I got 4 little kids that I want to build a better Brampton for. I want to create jobs for 10 years down the road. Not the jobs of tomorrow, but the jobs of the future. And that's why I'm putting everything on hold. I'm putting everything on hold to be able to provide my knowledge and experience to the city. Like I said, it's not a job for me. I love Brampton more than anything, and I just want to make sure that we have a council that can work together to move the city forward. And at the doors, it's been great. It's been absolutely fantastic.
And we're seeing every day in the news, there's some incident that has happened in Brampton. Last night, there was a man that was shot. Today morning, a woman died due to a hit and run case. And these cases are on a surge, I would say. And though we do have a lot of, citizens of Canada in Brampton, but there's also a huge amount of international students that are residing in Brampton at the moment. So how can you provide them the reassurance that they are in a safe city, that they can move out at the night and they do not have to be worried about being hit and run?
Of course. We know as Brampton residents that crime has been elevating, and there's always going to be a way that criminals are going to try to use different tools to get what they need to get. I do believe that the current council, our Mayor Patrick Brown, has done a fantastic job advocating for more funding for police. I know that Councillor Michael Pileshi, as well as Mayor Patrick Brown, pushed for a 3rd police division, which we're getting in Brampton, which will bring in roughly 180 new officers. I do know that on the shortfall, Peel Regional Police is short 250 officers just to answer the current calls that we're getting. So it'll be my mandate going in to help elevate the voice of the community to make sure we're getting the funding for the police. Like, we have one of the greatest police forces in all of Canada. And if we can provide them with the right resources, the right technology through proper funding, we can solve these crimes. And again, it will be a mandate of mine to be in constant contact with the Peel Regional Police, the chief, and seeing what we can do, what is his needs, and how can we provide him those things. Because we got to make sure that we have a safe community. We're seeing a lot of things happening, especially in our wards, in 3 and 4. There's a plaza, and there's a lot of things happening, and people instantly go to its international students. I've recently heard that the person that did the crime with the sword, I'm sure you've heard about it, wasn't from Brampton. He was from out of town. He was a truck driver, but he has been arrested. And that was, that's a great thing for Brampton to know that our police officers are solving crimes. But I believe strongly that we need to provide what the chief needs, which is more staff, and it will definitely be a mandate of mine to help elevate, to push forward for that funding.
Right. So while there is a lot happening in the community, there's a lot that has happened in Brampton City House as well, I would say. For the past few months, there has been a lot of ruckus that is going on in the Brampton City Hall. And though, like you're saying, that you're getting good response from the public, but how do you plan towards working with your co-councillors in the near future?
Yeah, so what we've seen in City Council is sad. It's sad where we have, a blockade of people trying to block votes, because it's not about councillors. It's not about us as councillors, or it's about if a good motion comes forward for Brampton, the residents of 3-4, or all of Brampton, we as councillors need to vote in favour of that, not because a councillor who put it forward. Because it's not about us. And that's really why I'm getting involved, because it's about the residents. It's about us listening to their needs and fulfilling that, not about our egos. And that's really what we need to get back to, is working together. And I'm sure there's going to be 3 new councillors guaranteed, because there's 2 councillors retiring plus 1 that moved on to the province. So I think it's a great time for a reset. Get some like-minded people at the table that can make decisions that are better for Brampton, and make it about the residents again. And that's strongly what I believe I will play a key role in doing. Because I've been, working with executive staff for, my own staff for the last 15 years, and making sure that we're all working together in the same direction. Once somebody steers away, then we're going to try to correct the ship. And I strongly believe that in this next council, we can accomplish that.
Yeah, so the advanced polling has begun. I am sure a lot of voters might have already gone out and voted, since 24 October is Diwali Day, and a lot of Indians and Asians would be celebrating the festival. Any final message that you would like to give to the voters who have not yet voted? Yeah,
so I do know, as of right now, we have a low voter turnout. Only 5,000 residents across Brampton had came out in last week's polls. We definitely would like to see that elevated. We need to make sure that the voters are getting out to vote. It is sad, I would say, that it is on Diwali. It's such a, auspicious day for Indian people, and we would like to see, the vote not be suppressed. We want them to exercise their vote and get out and do it. So we have other advanced polls this weekend, Friday and Saturday, and we just really want people to get out there and vote. We a big saying, like, if you don't vote, you can't complain, right? If you want change, get out and vote, and now's your time.
That was it for our conversation with Dennis Keenan. As he said, if you have not yet voted, go out and cast your votes. Thank you. See you again in the next video.